Fossil of the Day.
Hello and welcome back to Katowice, Poland for the COP24. Today has been an exciting day, and Saudi Arabia, on behalf of the Arab group, has won the first prize Fossil of the Day award. Saudi Arabia, you really have earned this one over and over again, basically for bullying around the Arab group and other groups that are involved. Specifically, countries are trying to step up and show what they're doing, what's actually happening, and how they're moving towards meeting the Paris Agreement. And Saudi Arabia has requested that there's sort of no text, no way to show what countries are actually doing. Saudi Arabia, just people promising to do things is not what's going to get us there. But today we had a rare tie first prize. The second first prize Fossil of the Day award went to Brazil. Brazil's new president-elect, Bolsonaro, has promised to perhaps pull out of the Paris Agreement, deforest the rainforest, open up mining on indigenous lands, and all sorts of things that mean ciao to our possibilities of reaching 1.5 degrees. Brazil, this is not acceptable. You started off so good. This is where the UN Climate Summit is born. Brazil, you're going to have to try harder unless you're going to win this one more time. We'll see you tomorrow and every day here at the Fossil of the Day in Katowice, Poland at COP24. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, damas y caballeros, and everyone in between. It is with great pleasure that we present to you the second Fossil of the Day award here at COP24 in Katowice. It is with great pleasure that we can present this award, which is given each day to the country that is the best at being the worst, that does the most to do the least, and who tries their hardest every day in every session to make sure we do not arrive at a fair, just, and binding climate agreement. Can we hear a boo? Very nice, you've been practicing. But before we begin our ceremony, we would like to begin with the Fossil of the Day song, a song that dates back to time immemorial, before COPs were even thought of, when the universe was just a speck in the sky. And today we'll be doing an a cappella, thanks to a technical glitch, but this is good so you can hear your neighbors. You can see who's been studying this year and actually knows the song as well as possible. Cool. Are we ready? Yeah? Are we ready? Yeah! 1, 2, 3. Fossil of the day, fossil of the day. Who is bad? Who is worse? Fossil of the day, fossil of the day. All the blame, all the shame. Fossil of the day. And this is a very important fossil today because this is something perhaps all of us can relate to. Joel, can you turn it up a little? This is perhaps something all of us can relate to, which is bullying. You know, maybe back in school at the playground. Hey man, calm down. Maybe back in school on the playground you were picked on a little bit. Everyone else was playing football, or pretending they were fighting monsters, and you were pretending you were in an Engo, trying to do your best to help the LDCs and CVFs, make sure that the ppm of GHGs are aligned with the CBDRs that will get us to the PA. And when you tried to explain that to people, they called you a wonk. How is that possible? And maybe they even took your money, and you're like, hey man, that was my CBDR for this the GCF. And maybe that's when they punched you. But don't worry, you're not alone. Because if you just understood what that sentence I just said means, you're not alone. So maybe it's time we all said, came out about it and was like, I'm a wonk, come on, you say it proudly. I'm a wonk. Okay, turn to the person next to you and you can say it to them too. I'm a wonk. It's okay. But the problem is, some of those bullies, they're still here. And they're still pushing us around. But I think now all of us are together, so we can handle them. But it seems like they're not alone anymore. That they got a whole little group of friends happening over there. I mean, well, what's going on? You guys, you know, like some of us used to be friends. Like, hey, Lebanon, we used to be doing some good stuff, and and Morocco, like, I thought things were heading well. Like, what happened to all y'all ambition? It's like someone's kind of taking away the transparency that we were all communicating pretty well on what we were doing at a national level. And it's almost like some bully is trying to hide all that. But what can we do? There's just this bully, and on the playground we couldn't do anything, but now we can do something. And you know what that is? A drum roll, please. Brrr. We give them a fossil. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, damas y caballeros, today's Fossil of the Day award goes to Saudi Arabia on behalf of the Arab group. Can we hear a boo? It's great to be consistent. Reliable is good, right? Seems old habits die hard, especially if your allies keep the door open for you. So given that we're here at COP24, it is no shock that there's some offenders that keep on coming back. This Fossil Award is for the most consistent, insistent, and persistent voice undermining ambition in the negotiations so far this week. Saudi Arabia, yesterday, on behalf of the Arab group, was an intervention that summarized their overall approach. In the session on the global stocktake, Saudi Arabia, speaking for the Arab group, called for deletion of the term ambition mechanism in the preamble of the global stocktake text on the grounds that it prejudges the outcomes of the GST. The IPCC SR 1.5 and the entire Paris Agreement makes it clear that we need much more climate ambition if we are to meet the agreement's long-term objectives. Saudi efforts to undermine ambition don't stop there. Saudi Arabia, speaking for the like-minded developing countries, or LMDCs, if you're not quite as wonky as you may have thought, opposes agreement to any new information for NDCs to promote clarity, transparency, and understanding, and supports a no-text outcome. Saudi Arabia, the LMDC, and Arab groups repeatedly call for ratification of Doha amendments, despite Saudi Arabia itself having neglected to ratify. Talk about bullying, people. We could go on, but is more than clear that Saudi Arabia is up to its old tricks and inventing some new ones in building alliances and strategies to undermine ambition and keeping warming to 1.5 degrees. Welcome back to the leaderboard, Saudi Arabia. Someone want to come collect this tech on behalf of them? If you're too ashamed, it's okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Fossil of the Day. Wait, hold on 1 sec. We've got breaking news. Hold on, what's that? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Got it. Cool. Okay, love you too, Ma. Bye. Everyone, we've just had important, exciting news. It turns out that climate change is not real. It is a Marxist hoax invented by China for them to gain power in the world. So, what a relief, because I was getting kind of freaked out by the IPCC report that was talking about sort of spiraling feedback loops that will loop us into out of control, where all the basic systems that sustain life on Earth will, sort of spin out of control, and glad that's not happening. And great. I mean, now we can all change our lifestyles. We can be like the folks I just heard from. We can, even if 50% of our cities are in severe drought in the past year, or 31% of our country is affected by floods, doesn't matter. It's not really happening. Maybe I'll go ahead and deforest 32% of myself, just like this country did between August and November. And why stop there? Maybe I'll go ahead and deforest something the size of Belgium. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, and everyone in between, today we have a very special double first prize fossil. And the second first prize fossil, a tie, goes to, drum roll please, Brazil. What happened to you, Brazil? The birthplace of the UN Climate Convention, once celebrated for its spectacular strides in reducing deforestation and mitigating global warming, has become the laughingstock of the negotiations here. Just 10 days before COP24, Brazil's President-elect Army Captain Jair Bolsonaro, called off the offer to host COP25 next year because he read on WhatsApp that the Paris Agreement is a threat to Brazil's sovereignty. Yeah, that seems pretty legit. And if you think that's a shame, consider for a minute Brazil's appointed Chancellor, Ernesto Araújo, a man whose role model is Donald Trump and who wrote that climate change is part of a Marxist plot to transfer power to China. Yo, can someone please warn Angela Merkel? Because she's taking this seriously, I think. Bolsonaro, how do you say it? Bolsonaro's plan for the Amazon rainforest, however, are no laughing matter. He has promised to end deforestation control, open up indigenous lands for big business, kill environmental licensing, and even shut down the Environment Ministry. Environmental criminals are listening closely. Between August and November, the deforestation rates went up 32%. And a recent study has estimated that it might reach 25,000 square kilometers a year, with resulting emissions in 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide. That's ciao to 1.5 degrees. But first and foremost, Bolsonaro, forest madness is endangering his own people. The Amazon exports humidity that feeds rains in the southern part of the country where people live and food is produced, and even recently half of Brazilian cities suffered critical water stress in the last 4 years. We're sorry, Brazilians, you're being embarrassed. Bolsonaro is endangering your people and threatening the fate of the whole planet. Is anything more deserving of a fossil? And here we have a special guest to present the Fossil Award. Could you come here and receiving this on behalf of Brazil?
Nós realmente merecemos receber esse prêmio por defender os direitos dos povos indígenas.
We really deserve to receive this because we are not defending the rights of the indigenous people.
Merecemos receber esse prêmio por defender a Amazônia e todos aqueles povos que resistem dentro da Amazônia e precisam dela para sobreviver. Preservamos e estamos merecendo esse prêmio não somente pela Amazônia, mas como também por todos os biomas brasileiros.
We deserve this prize also because we are protecting the Amazon rainforest and the people who live there. And yeah, we are the guys who really have to receive this.
E se vocês quiserem saber mais e verem mais prêmios como este, espere 2019, ele está bem aí.
And if you guys want to see more, 2019 is coming, so you can check it out how we really deserve to receive this. Thank you.
Oh. Can we have a boo? Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, and everyone in between, this has been a rare first prize Thai fossil. And we will conclude, we are here every day at 6 p.m. If you would like a press release, please come see us right here after this. And now in closing, we invite you all to sing the Fossil of the Day song dating back to time immemorial. 1, 2, 3. Fossil of the day, fossil of the day. Who is bad? Who is worse? Fossil of the day, fossil of the day. All the blame, all the shame. Fossil of the day. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.